Starting our live, and then we will get started today. Thank you for our guests for attending. They're in for a treat because we are talking all things strategy today. So, welcome to Global Innovation Strategies, our spotlight on strategy. Today, we are covering down on our first 15 sessions that we produced for you. The last sessions, we went over clarity and alignment, performance, and idea management, along with scaffolding and tools. Today, we're really going to take that to the next level by revisiting our idea management and strategic framework. So please, for those on the line, please feel free to jump in. Happy to take your questions via chat or just raise your hand so I can understand that you have a question, but we'll jump right into it. Again, for those, welcome to the live stream on Spotlight on Strategy. This is hosted by Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies and your success strategist. Today, again, we're going to go over idea management, and this is taken from the realm of itonics. What we really want to do is provide to our entrepreneurs and business leaders a best recipe for success, for helping to you to build an ideal idea management funnel, while integrating that with your strategic framework and your innovation roadmap. So again, harnessing our prior strategy sessions where we looked at clarity and alignment. We talked about the third leg of the stool, performance. And then we looked at how idea management can ensure that you're able to drive your innovation roadmap forward while handling your strategic scaffolding. So today we'll talk about the nuts and bolts of all things idea management. You can go ahead and look this up online, just idea management and itonics. This is the visual that we're going to work off of today. And we're dealing with where to play, how to win, and how to execute. This is the words of itonics, but for us, it's really understanding and getting clarity on what your strategic framework looks like, what your strategic vision is, what your goals and objectives, and then in alignment. How to win is being in alignment with, right? So we've done the homework, we understand our strategic framework. Now we're going to look at our gap analysis and where the competitive insertion points and plays are, and then we're going to position ourselves in that manner. But idea management is the power, the engine behind us being able to get there, because it allows us to lift and leverage every single person, not only in our organization, leadership, executives, workforce, but it allows us to leverage our partners. It allows us to leverage our clients and our customers. It allows us to leverage the ecosystem in order to meld it with our OKRs and our KPIs and our strategic framework to get the best, to get excellence, to meld it with that innovation roadmap and that longer term vision, to be able to create a balanced portfolio of offerings that meet all of the criteria of the organization. So how do we do that? You might be saying, easier said than done if I've never been there before. And so that's why this structure and this funnel is so important, because we take you step by step through the itonics view of getting there. Don't worry if you don't have all these pieces in places. And that's the art and the science of building this framework out. And it allows you to go as heavy or as light as your resources, your timing, and your organization feels is most proper given your organization's maturity in this area at this point in time, and really where you want to shift the needle to. So we talk early on getting clarity. The most important part is understanding how far and how fast your organization wants to move. So are you looking for a 2x play, a 10x play, a 50x play, a 100x play? That's really going to help you get a better handle on who you need to involve, the scale of that involvement, and how much intelligence you need to be gathering from early on in the cycle. So again, we'll start at the far left. If you've not put in place a collection, analysis, and intelligence framework, we're going to need to focus on getting you all the building blocks that you need to put in place to help you win and win big. So again, that's our scanning, that's our scouting, that's our trending. And so we want to be looking at, where is the ecosystem saying we're going, not only from a technological standpoint, but from intelligence standpoint, from a process maturation standpoint, from an automation standpoint, from a harnessing of analytics. What is the external factors that we need to be considering? So if we look at the beauty of environmental scanning, it's going to help us understand where are governments, where are commercial, where are nonprofit entities getting behind certain technologies, certain industries, where are they creating cohesive partnerships, where are they creating collaborations, and most of all, where is the money flowing? Again, to build on that, we look at startup and trending analysis. So if we do startup scouting and venture capital, basically we're trying to follow the money. Where is the grant money? Where is the seed money? Where is the venture capital money going? We can look at that from different perspectives, from stocks, from organizational growth. You have really many sites that help you understand what stage startups are in and how close are they bringing their products and services to market, and what round of funding are they in. So we want to be looking at all of that. The venture, there's a lot more informal funding that's going on in this day and age. So we want to try to look under the radar where the money is flowing. So women, minorities, veterans, specific industries, specific technologies, specific cross-country, cross-geographic region focus areas. Then we want to understand from an intelligence, right? Now that we have all these data points, now let's make some sense of it for our industry, right? So we overlay our industry, our product and service offerings, and we look at what that intelligence layer provides to us from a strategic foresight, right? So if we look at, is the play that we want to make waxing and waning from a funding, from an innovation roadmap, from a maturation standpoint. So we know how we could potentially make that play, if we're an early entrant or if we're a late entrant. We then look at how we're going to capitalize on this data points and this intelligence to drive our opportunity space. And so we look at the scenarios and we look at the ways that we can capitalize on that, right? Again, so early on, we're scanning, we're scouting, we're getting strategic intelligence. Now we are actualizing that from a strategic foresight standpoint. And then we are going to put it into prioritized order to make sure that we're able to capitalize on the opportunities that the organization said is most important to them. And then we're going to create the opportunities for idea management. In some cases, those are challenges. In some cases, those are Shark Tanks. In some case, that's going out in the ecosystem and just basically doing an analysis and a scan of what existed and harnessing the best practices. In some cases, that's creating something new internal with your workforce, your executives, and your leaderships alongside the ecosystem, your partners and your clients and your customers. So we need to understand where you're at, how you want to move that idea management funnel forward, and then really thinking forward, what's that innovation roadmap that you then want to bring the products and our services from the idea management funnel into fruition. So now we were in where to play. Now we're going to go to how to win. And that's really alignment from our three-legged stool, clarity, alignment, performance. We're in the alignment area, right? So we looked at all of the data points and the intelligence. We looked at our strategic framework and foresight. We pivoted and or built on any gaps in knowledge that we had. And now we're going into identifying the potential opportunity space and the different idea challenges or ways to create an idea management funnel within our organizations. Now we're on the offsite. We've decided all of that, and we're going into ID management. So what does that entail? For those of you who've never been there, that entails going into our toolkit and harnessing our innovation tools. So what we want to do is we want to create a very divergent set of ideas for each of the opportunities that we've identified. And so that means using tools such as random word selection and having people respond by making up ideas from these random words that they've created that align to your opportunity. Why does that work? It's because you get people completely outside of the box, right? They have to apply these concepts or these words to the opportunity space you've created to leverage the later on in the strategic roadmap, but it gets people out of their comfort zone. They have to think completely outside of the box, how they can take your organization, what you're trying to create, what you're trying to deliver value-wise for your clients and your customers, and apply it. So what works extremely well, and it's like popcorning, an idea hits another idea, hits another greater idea. Again, that's where you 2xing, 10xing, 50x, 100x. So you're going to look at the extreme of ideas that you can collect. And so based on that continuum, you're going to select the innovation tool that helps you create the most divergent set of ideas possible. There's also, you can use force field analysis. What's the pros and what's the cons? You can use other ideas of how to randomly create. You could go around the table. Someone said a word or a concept or an idea, then the next person builds on it. The next person builds on it. The next person builds on it. And there's your concept for potential fielding. There are many idea management tools. You can take the ecosystem of current existing technologies, currently existing processes, currently existing best practices, and you can create one word or a concept and you can put them in a bowl and you can have everybody pull from that. And from that set of objects or concepts that were pulled, you can build something new, right? So again, based on, are you 2xing, 10xing, 50xing, 100xing, it will explain what we need to be considering along that continuum for the tools that we use. And now that you have all of these divergent ideas to help you capitalize to go into the next stage, that's when we need to look at applying a filter. So we move from convergent thinking to divergent thinking to convergent thinking, so that we can filter down the best of the best that aligns to our innovation roadmap and strategy going forward. And we can also prioritize. We can also look at what is the sequencing of those that we can do to get minimum revenue, maximum impact, maximum excellence. And then we can also understand how we can better build on those. So we don't want to do this exercise and never go back to that. We want to catalog, we want to inventory, and we want to understand that the potential interdependencies. And then we're going to do a creative and a quantitative portfolio analysis of how it aligns to our products, how it aligns to our services, and how it aligns to our outcomes, and both from a potential revenue and an impact, as well as furthering our innovation maturation. So we take all the ideas, we rack and stack them, we weigh them according to the weight that they match our continuum that we, is this a 100x idea? Is this a 50x idea? Is this a 10x, a 2x, etc.? And then we're going to weight them via priority, and we're going to weight them for alignment with our current product and service lines, or is it a quantum leap that we're trying to go for? And then we look at that from a purely quantitative, how much will that idea take to get to market? How much from a dollars perspective, a resourcing perspective, and we need to create a new vehicle to launch us in that area. And again, this is all going to align to our very balanced portfolio. So again, how to play, we get clarity by collecting and analyzing and creating this data lake of intelligence, if you will, to then filter through our strategic. We then say how to win. We leverage idea management using all the data and the intelligence, and harnessing our people, our executives, our leaders, our workforce, our partners, our clients, our customers. And then we move to divergent quantitative so that we can see how to execute. How does it align with current state? How does it align to mid state? How does it align to far future? How does it rack and stack within our innovation roadmap? And then what do we need to do to bring it to fruition? So at the end of this exercise, you should have both the creative aspects of the exercise. You should have a deep well of concepts that you can then apply future innovation and funding. And you should have a short and midterm execution plan that has been risk minimized, that has gone through the feasibility of funding, and that has some level of robustness for actioning and future executions. Again, so this is a wrap up of our spotlight on strategy, how to move from clarity alignment into performance using idea management. And again, our tool is courtesy of Itonics. We invite you to visit that. If you have enjoyed this section of your spotlight and strategies session, we invite you to undertake a consulting call so that we can better understand your particular situation. You can sign up for this today at this point. We have consulting, we have workshops, we have strategy sessions just based on where you're at, where you're going, how far you want to go, and introduction of the additional tools in the toolkit to help you there. Again, this has been a spotlight on strategy session, getting you ready for the next set of 15 sessions that will start in September by highlighting the value and the quality of the spotlight on strategy prior sessions and inviting you to take a deep dive into your further success. For now, this is Global Innovation Strategies, Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, signing off for today. We welcome you back in 1 week for our next Thrive session. Till then, we hope you have a phenomenally strategic week and that you're able to harness all that we shared with you today.